Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here for WhatCulture.com, joined by Scott, and if we're together, it can mean only one thing. It's time for some news, so let's hit that jingle.
Hot dang, there's news, give it all you got. I guess it's time for Jules and Scott.
And we're back in the room, and today we're talking about Mass Effect, or more specifically about EA's plans for future Mass Effect games. Now, quickly, let's just run through a play count. Anyone out there enjoy Andromeda and see it through to the end? No,
it was alright. It wasn't as bad as you think.
My face
Still pretty bad though.
My face is tired. Anyway, we're talking about this because they still have plans for the franchise, which is excellent because they shouldn't have let the stumbling block that was Andromeda, and let's face it, it was.
Of course
put the whole
it was.
franchise out of action. It's been on ice, but what is
We
happening?
once did a big old 45-minute debate on Andromeda
And it was
back
out-
in the day,
it
and it
was
was
out
out of focus. It
focus,
didn't
yeah.
record, but someday we might do it. But Andromeda is a very divisive game, mostly leaning towards the big old pile of poop kind of thing.
Yep.
And I totally see that, even though I'm such a Mass Effect fan that I was like, I'm trying to see what was good. There's a thing in there. She's got blue skin. It's still Mass Effect, and it just wasn't good. But this piece of news comes from Michael Gambon. I want to say Michael Gambon because
That's definitely not.
It's
Michael
not
Gambon.
him.
No, it is.
Michael Gamble.
There we go.
Whose surname is very relative to the status of Mass Effect right now. Speaking to Eurogamer, basically he was asked what the status of Mass Effect was. He said it ain't dead. He said don't worry about it. It ain't dead. He said EA have plans for it. Oh God, actually, sorry.
No, it's because that means confirmed we're gonna get Mass Effect Car Racer.
I mean, sure. Give me Tali Zora in a car and then.
Pod Racer was alright. No.
Oh, I see what you mean. God, yeah, all right.
No,
yeah.
I'm thinking, right, okay. Well, there was one good one, Star Wars Pod Racing.
Yes.
That was really good on the
Right.
N64.
Yep.
One was really terrible, and that was Super Bombard Racing.
I was going to say Super Bomb. That was all right. You could play as Darth Maul. He's all right, him.
Bit whiffy,
Do you know
that.
do you want Saren?
Bit whiffy, that one.
In a car race.
Anyway.
No, the thing I was going to say was Michael Gamble said Mass Effect isn't dead. Then we had a follow-up from Liana Ruppert from comicbook.com, who is a huge Mass Effect fan, then went to EA and sort of talked to an insider on EA. Couldn't give away the name.
Sure.
But just said, look, I want to follow up on this thing. What's the crack with Mass Effect? And this person told him that Mass Effect definitely isn't dead and that the franchise is too valuable for EA to just leave it.
That makes perfect sense, and to be honest, it would be lovely to see Mass Effect return to the fore. It's a brilliant trilogy, despite the issues that it had with the ending, despite what Andromeda has done to it so far. It is definitely something that still needs to be explored.
It's one of those things where has become my go-to phrase now. But it is one of those things where Mass Effect 2 is one of the best games of all goddamn time.
Unbelievably
One's
so.
great too. 3 is fine, even though it had like a weird overarching problem with its structure of the story. Andromeda's a big old pile.
If I was to rate them, then
Yes.
it would be 2
2, 1, 3.
2 is nearly perfect. Like there is very few flaws that it makes. 1, it was the shooting mechanics that were a bit dodgy for me.
I like them.
I wasn't a huge fan of
them a
that.
lot.
3, I think had the best combat in terms of like how you maneuver around the battlefield and stuff like that. However, I felt the story overall was weaker.
It was absolute pants, and it kind of just burned those pants at the very end.
It was an action game, wasn't it?
It was just-
whereas before
yeah.
it was just like the perfect meld. Anyways, give us more Mass Effect 2 is what we're saying. If you
Yes.
give us Mass Effect 2/2, if you know what I mean.
2.2. Do a Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
Yeah.
But so basically, from going here from now, it's like Mass Effect. They've said it's too valuable to let go. The quote from this person inside EA is that another Mass Effect is definitely happening.
Yep.
So what would you do? Because I've got my ideas. What would you do?
I definitely wouldn't make it a prequel. I definitely
Nope.
would set it far flung into the future where maybe they're talking about maybe try and make it into a resource war, kind of like Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun style sort of thing. Like have it so that there's a new energy source, and maybe Mass Effect relays are shutting down, or they've woken up, but people are rushing to control them, and you've got to basically lead a renegade team to get the humans back on the map.
Oh God, I snorted. The thing that I thought ages ago when I started, I once wrote, I think I filmed it, I might have done, on how they should have made Mass Effect Andromeda, or how they should do another Mass Effect. I think they should have a crew of people that are very much talking about the events of the trilogy.
Yeah.
People who know what the Shepherd is.
Yeah.
Like, not in that weird Buzz Aldrin, half-stoned kind of way from the end of Mass Effect 3, but some sort of team of like fanatics who sign up for a new mission and they go out into a new galaxy.
That's cool.
And then you could sort of address you can pretty much be a cipher for the fans.
Yeah.
Because you can have the conversations between the crew members that are just sort of like, what, so I heard that he like did this, and I heard
And
that he
then
like
and
became
then
one with the
paywall
machines.
that-
and then
paywall
someone can be
reference
like, what, so he became one with the machines? And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense, but anyway, and you can just address all that weird miasma of crap from the end of 3
That would
and then
work.
move forward. That would be how I do the weird address the fans, not address the fans thing. Might be too meta, but...
However, I'm just thinking off the back of that.
Yes.
What's so Tali? What's her race called again? Tali is
Quarians.
Quarian, and they live on the giant space fleets that constantly
the
roving
migrant
around.
fleet.
Yeah, and so they're basically just like all constantly roving around. What if you played as a Quarian and you were basically part of that fleet and you were sent out on resource gathering missions to get a home planet back together again?
I think the only reason that they do that is for the pilgrimage, but you could...
Well, I'm just they could. You could be going on a pilgrimage, and then that way you could learn about the shepherd as you're going.
I think if they did that, they should just let you play as any of the races, because I want to be a blooming... What was the massive lad? I'm ill, by the way. I can't remember my thoughts.
The Krogans.
Yes, the Krogans doing that all day long.
You
headbutt people.
They're brilliant.
If you had a problem every time you meet someone, it's like you do the little paragon thing, and you can just nut them to say hello, because that's the way that they say hi.
The best thing is that if you ever played the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, which is a totally underrated mode, by the way, it was so good. You've got the DLC characters which let you play as all the different races.
Drell all the way.
And it was so funny because you got to play as the what were the tiny little guys who like
I know who you mean though.
they look like tiny pudgy Darth Vaders. They were amazing, and you could just like control the map using like the.
God, I always stuck to a Drell.
So they basically created all these characters. So technically, you could just play as any of them in the future.
I mean, they've already got like a certain a set of animations for them, like running attack animations. Like there's ways to do it. I mean, maybe they turn Mass Effect into an MMO. I mean, we're in pure speculation territory.
Danger.
A little bit. Microtransactions. Put them in.
It is EA, isn't it? Anyway, Mass Effect definitely coming back because it's definitely not dead. So that's always good news.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's not dead.
Let us know what you think about this down in the comments section below, as well as what you would like to see in a Mass Effect game. And as always, I've been Jules.
I've been Scott.
You've been awesome, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.